Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm back again with another video because I have something to say, but I want to talk about because I know that there's like a lot of videos about how to get a man to spend money on you and stuff like that. Sorry, my voice sounds really deep, but I'm a New Yorker and I don't know, I guess it's in the air, but the way to know that a man wants to spend money on you, and I'm not talking about like, cheap shit. I'm not talking about like a ride to fucking uh to the movies or like some regular old ass restaurant like Applebee's or Olive Garden or some shit. But the way to know if a man really wants to spend money on you and he's really into you is to say, like, if you're talking on the phone and um he says something to you, and I guess he says something about taking you on a date or whatever, and you say something like, no, I'm really not interested, because I don't go to dates to such and such. I'm not that type of girl. And you be like, oh, then you say, enjoy your day or whatever, and you hang up the phone with him. If a man is truly into you and he really wants to spend money on you, he's not going to allow you to hang up the phone. As a matter of fact, if you do hang up the phone, he's going to call you back. He's going to say to you, well, what would you like to do? Where would you like to go? Like, what kind of places you like to eat? What type of things that you like to do? And you'll just be like, oh, well, I don't know, because you probably can't afford it or whatever, and I don't like cheap men or whatever. If he's really into you, trust and believe me, he will take you anywhere, anywhere that you desire. If a man is really into you, because I know that a lot of women, we tend to settle for less because, especially black women, we end up feeling bad or whatever. Because I used to find myself and end up feeling bad, like, oh, he probably doesn't have money or whatever. He probably really can't afford me or afford to take me to these places. And that was me really knowing my worth, knowing what I like in life. And I think sometimes we make excuses for these men so they don't want to live up to our standards because we make excuses for them. You know what I'm saying? You have to really be firm and really stand on what you want, in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, men, they'll throw anything out there just to see if, you'll go for it. And if you do go for it, he's not going to take the extra mile to want to impress you. So, you have to just remember that your body is sacred and that God gave you a gift, and you just can't be giving it to anybody, especially if you're a woman that keeps yourself up. You stay up on your appearance or whatever. You know what I'm saying? These men know they're gonna have to come out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you care about yourself and you care about how you look. You're gonna want these men to want to come out of your pocket. So the next time you're dealing with the guy, you say these things to him like, you know what, I don't deal with cheap men, and I can see that you must think that I'm a cheap girl. So enjoy your day, and I hope you find somebody that is into that or whatever. And if he really wants to impress you, he's going to take you anywhere. He's going to be like, oh, well, what would you like to do? Where would you like to go? And you'll be like, first off, I require this because I'm this type of woman. And you sit there, and especially if you tell him, like, look, I'm not a dirty girl. I'm a clean girl. I care about my appearance. I smell good. I don't just take anything, and if they can't live up to that standard, you move on to the next one. And for the longest time, like, I would accept anything from a man because I didn't know my worth. I wasn't really up on game when it came down to men, because I was young and I was naive. And a lot of times, I allowed men, especially men that were older than me, to take advantage of that. So, you know, especially like if you're young, like, don't let your standards down for nothing. So if you're next time you're dealing with the guy, you're on the phone with him and he's like, oh, I want to take you out. He was like, oh, and he said somewhere like, oh, like a cheap place or whatever, you be like, no, I'm not that type of woman. These are the type of restaurants that I treat myself at, and this is what I expect to be treated like. Because otherwise, these guys will give you bones, if you let them. So stop allowing these men to get away with stuff like that, because you have all the power. At the end of the day, they want to impress you. At the end of the day, they're trying to sleep with you. You have to realize that you're the prize. We don't go fishing for men; they come fishing for us. So that's one thing that I learned. But thanks for watching. I just had to say that. I'll talk to you guys next time.